I actually got the chat here too.
Awesome. What is up, people? Welcome to the first edition of the Gold Cast. I'm SLEP. I'm joined by Avi.
What's up, guys? You know what it is.
Yeah, you already know what it is.
I actually got the chat.
Oh,
Okay.
real quick, let me get these lights. What is up?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, professional.
Yeah,
Professional. Super profesh.
we esports now.
Yeah, it's esports. Alright, so this is going to be a show where we talk about essentially like what's going on in the Central Coast Smash scene.
Yep.
This episode is going to be mostly about the history of the scene and how we got to where we're at now. And then at the end of this, we're going to do Q&A kind of deal with the Twitch chat. So if you're in chat, stick around. We'll be doing a Q&A with you. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So
how did you get your start in the scene? Because you've been there since day one.
Yeah.
He's one of the legends, Central Coast legends.
Yeah, Central Coast Legends coming up. When is it? November 18th? 18th, yeah. So how did I start off in this scene? So I mean, I believe I just heard about Smash Club, and I came out to the melee events, and it was all right. Like I wasn't too like committed to it, but I think one of the big things that really started getting me into the scene is when I first came for friendlies. I played with a guy called KRC Dub, and
a legend as well.
Yeah. also
a legend.
Yeah, and he and what happened was that he just absolutely bodied me, and that's kind of how it always is. That's like how the Smash community is. You come in, you think you're great.
Yeah, you beat all your friends, and
yeah,
you're like,
exactly, yeah.
Yo, I win every free-for-all game with my Smash balls turned on. Like,
yeah.
I'm about to go to this
Pretty
tournament
much.
and body some fools.
And then I came in, and there was just a bunch of really cool people. It's where I met Tail, I met Bugsy, I met Eyeball, or now Leaf. And they were all really like accepting people, and it. I mean, no shade to like the melee community, but it like you can't really compete with like how accepting the community is, at least on our side. And I just started playing. I started entering all the tournaments, and at the end of the year, Matt had to leave. Eyeball Leaf.
Yeah.
His name was Matt Doty, and I kind of just said, "Yo, Matt, can I can I just take over for you guys as the TO?" And since no one else was stepping up, he just gave me the position.
Nice.
And I kind of got a jump start on that when we kind of went into the IV Vapor series, which was really successful, mostly not just due to like that the venue was kind of neat. It was kind of a cool place, and we had a really great stream. That was one of the really defining characteristics of it.
Casey was running that, right?
Casey, yeah. But I think what IV Vapor did for the community was it kind of set us a gold standard of inclusivity. I kind of focused it around the fact of just kind of there was a new person, I'd go to them, I'd make sure they were having fun, I'd make sure they'd talk to everyone, I'd integrate them into the community, and I think that's really what kind of pushed our scene from just being like a group of people who like meet every week and just like and are competitive with each other to more of like a really like a friendly community, and that's really what made me interested in the scene. I love playing the game. I love like being competitive, and as you know, like I've been like PR'd for a few seasons, and like it's
everyone but one season, correct?
Everyone but one season.
Do we talk about that?
I guess we can talk about it, but
so
yeah.
Why weren't you PR that season?
So the very first season, I've been PR'd every season except for the very first season, and that was because there's this guy called Wildcat. He was a bad cat. He was a cool cat.
Cool cat.
Yeah. And he was a really good player. He played Fox. I struggled against Fox, and he kind of edged me up on the PR. So Wildcat got the number 9 spot. Now the really funny.
This is a multi-man PR.
Right. Yeah. There were 9 spots in that PR, and because of they had this like idea that they were going to make people play for the final spot in an Arcadian tournament, and the Arcadian never happened. And basically, they told me, yeah, if you would be number 10, if
what did they do with the number 10 spot though?
Nothing happened. It was they just put question mark question mark question mark on the PR, and that's how it always was.
How can you do that?
I don't know, but
how can you just put question mark question mark question mark? That's such a.
I mean, they actually planned the Arcadian, and then it got canceled.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, they had some venue problems.
What was the first Arcadian? Was it the one that I was in? Is that the actual first Arcadian? Or was there one previous to that?
Something tells me that there was another one, but yours was definitely one of the very first.
Okay.
I mean, there must have only been like 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but kind of getting back to the IV vapor thing, but that is good. I'm glad we got to talk about that.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of the idea of community inclusivity, and that we took that momentum and we carried it straight forward into the year, where we had some really good tournaments at our old venue, Santa Barbara Hillel, which is kind of when you came into the scene. So
it's weird. Me coming into the scene personally, it was really weird because I had a buddy who was in the Melee scene. His name is Tanner. Shout out to Tanner, wherever you're at. I miss you, bud. But I joined the scene because he said that there were tournaments. Join this Facebook group and they'll like show you where the tournament's at. This guy was my coworker. I worked at the zoo with him. This is how I know the guy. He just like has a goatee, like crazy long, like curly hair that's in a bun, like. And he's like the typical, like, he has actually like one lazy eye too. Mm-hmm. He's like the typical, like, yeah, oh dude, for sure, like kind of guy. But he's not like super agreeable. Like he won't just. Was that? Never mind. You get it. Yeah, the people get it. No, but he's not one of those like super agreeable guys. But either way, like we would play Melee and he would just destroy me. And then at my house, when he would come over, we would play Brawl because that's all I had. And Smash 4 was not out at this point.
Okay.
And so I would play Brawl, and I would body him in Brawl. I don't know what it was. I think it was just the like less technical part of it because I wasn't as technical as he was.
More neutral interactions.
Yeah, and gaming. Exactly. And eventually it got to the point where I was playing with him, and we'd play PM. And then that was like our even ground. He would body me in Melee. I would body him in Brawl. We play PM, and we'd like because it has Brawl mechanics, right? And so I was able to like keep up with him.
Sure.
And so I kind of grew as a player as far as like my technical ability in PM, which is really weird, right? Because I'm used to being able to wave dash, and even like to this day when I play Falco, anytime I play a character and I land with back air, I instinctively hit the L button every single time. It's just left over. I don't know what it is other than like.
I definitely get that when I cross over between games.
Yeah, but I don't play Melee anymore. Dude, I haven't played it in a long time, and I still hit the L button.
I never heard about that. So you were a PM player. Did you also play Samus in PM?
No, I played Ganon in PM. I played Ganon and Squirtle.
Ganon and Squirtle are both sick characters.
Yeah, they're really fun. But he was like, join this Facebook group, see where the tournaments are at, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go and join the UCSB Facebook group, and I kept on seeing the IV vape stuff, and I think it was on Thursdays.
I believe it wasn't. There were 2 tournaments that crossed over into the year, I think, until it got discontinued, right?
Yeah, there were 1 or 2 of them, and they were always on. It was always on like a Thursday night, and I couldn't go because I had class.
Sure.
So there was no ability for me to go, and so I finally went to a Hillel tournament, and my first tournament, I think I beat Nighttime. I hadn't gone 0-2 until the most recent, the slow tournament, the Nut tournament, right? That was the first time I went 0-2. That tournament? That's the first time I ever went 0-2.
I've never gone 0-2.
Yeah, it's a really crazy thing. Like even at Evo, like I almost made it out of pools at Evo.
That's sick.
Like I've up until this point, I've always gotten at least one set. But either way, just like showed up, and I think I beat Nighttime, and then I played Strawberry, and Strawberry beat me. To this day, I played Strawberry I think 4 or 5 times that season, never beat him. Still to this day, have never beaten Strawberry in bracket.
That's crazy.
I can body that man for 6 hours in friendlies, but I will never beat him in bracket.
Dude, the guy's kind of another beast in bracket, mostly because he still plays like an absolute madman.
He plays the same, and I can't play the same. He plays the same, and he still goes nuts. And I'm like expecting like normal, like safe options, and he's just going wild. But I don't know. I show up to that tournament, and then like I slowly am just like kind of making my way into the scene, and then I see a Facebook post on the Facebook page by none other than Strawberry Justice saying, "Hey, who's trying to practice before the Arcadian? I'm trying to practice with some PR players." And I didn't know, like I barely had talked to anybody at these tournaments, and I just like, "Yo, can I get in on that real quick?" and then I just showed up to Jack's place, and it was like you, Jack, Strawberry, Manny was there for a little bit. I don't know if anyone else came. Did Cyrus come? I think Cyrus came for a little bit.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, but there were a bunch of people, and so I played with Manny for a bit, and I was bodying Manny, and Manny told me later after he played friendlies with me, he's like, "How am I gonna beat this guy?" Right? And so then I go play friendlies with you and Jack, and I just getting trashed the entire time, and then you're just like, you should mix up your options off the ledge, and then I was like, what? Every time? You mean I shouldn't just zare off the ledge every time? And then I literally went into the Arcadian with the knowledge of, okay, I'm not going to do the same thing from the ledge every time, and then I like sweep my pool, and I'm like, oh shoot, man, I'm on fire right now. Like I'm chilling, I'm big chilling.
Chillin'.
let me pull up this bracket real quick. So out of my pool, right? Oh wait, this is the wrong bracket. No, this is the right bracket.
You should transition it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure I got the right bracket.
For sure.
Yeah, this is it. So, here's me. I'm number 6 seed. I don't know why I'm the 6th seed. I don't know what the rationale is behind that.
There were probably there were like 8 pools.
Something like that.
There were like 8 or 9 pools, and you came first in your pool, so you're gonna either be 1 to 9.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So I beat MTMB, who's a Falcon player who I had played before, and I beat before too. Then I played Pants, who I almost lost to. I was really close to losing to Pants, and then I lose to Manny, and this was super sad because I had a huge lead game 2 after winning game 1, and I SD'd, and then game 3 I SD'd as well.
Did you say you were botting him in friendlies?
Yeah, and then I lost to him.
Oh, dude, we got like these 2 team kills. I remember this like nighttime Cetra, Manny, and then you and Slep, and then can you go up? Anime Swag Master. Oh, dude, Swag Master kind of went off.
Swag Master played really well in this one.
Jake Silla.
Flagon, dude. Flagon. Yeah, Flagon with the 1st seed. Rightfully so. He makes it all the way to winners finals. But I lose to Manny, and then I'm like, all right, I got to make a loser run, and I'm like, I don't even want to. The entire time I'm playing, I'm like, I don't want to know what the bracket looks like right now. I don't know where. I don't want to know where I'm at. Like, I just want to play. Yeah,
and just as like as context, this is only the bracket stage. We ran nine Swiss pools, I think. And
so at this point, at the beginning of bracket phase, we're probably at like 10:30 at night, 11 o'clock.
Yeah, we were at 10. I think we were at 10 o'clock.
Yeah,
and then it took like I think 4 or 5 hours to get through the bracket phase, which is even with like a really like large amount of setups.
Yeah. This is a 75-person Arcadian.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, there were about 70. I think 70 to 75 people at this Arcadian. Largest tournament in Hillel history, I think.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's nuts. So basically, I was just like, all right, I don't want to know where I'm at. I just want to play. And so I play Laugh, and I'm like, all right, I got this free because I played him in a couple of friendlies before, and I was like, I can beat this guy. That's fine. So I beat Laugh, and then I play Nighttime again. Still had never lost to Nighttime until this summer. And then I lost Nighttime for the first time. And then I sweep Anime with the 3-0. Anime was playing really well too. He wasn't just like he wasn't getting like totally bodied the entire set. It was pretty competitive.
It's a respectable player.
Yeah, definitely.
Plays Ness.
Yeah.
Bumblebee Ness.
Yeah. And then Manny loses to Swagmaster, so I don't get my run back, but I beat Swagmaster.
That was actually an incredible set.
Me versus Swagmaster or Manny Swagmaster?
Manny Swagmaster. That was a ridiculous set. Yeah.
Damn.
Not as ridiculous as your set against Flagon though.
So then I beat Swagmaster and then I beat Cetra. This is okay, so here's let me give you some background on me and Cetra. Me and Cetra have a past before the Smash scene.
Oh, really?
I knew Cetra like a year or 2 before I ever played Smash.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So I met Cetra in an electronic music class at CC, and to be perfectly honest, like I thought I was the shit in that class, right? So I was like, I already make music. I'm just trying to take this class to get a little bit more information that I might not have already, you know. And so, you know, I'm in this class, and he comes up to me and he's like, "Dude, your music's really good. Here's my SoundCloud." Like, and he like gives me the SoundCloud, and I listen to his music, and I'm like, now that I know him, it makes total sense. But like back then, I was just like, I don't know. I don't know about this music. And so after that class is over, I never see him again. And then I go into my first tournament, and I'm like, "Oh, Chris, what's up, dude? And then he recognizes me, and like we had a whole, but we never played. We never got a chance to play a single friendly or anything. So this was the first time we ever played Smash together after knowing each other for like 2 or 3 years.
That's a really cool story.
Yeah. And then so game one, he goes, I want to say Robin, and I beat his Robin, and then he switches to Corrin. He takes a game off of me, and then I beat his Corrin, and then he switches to Roy. This is the Chris special back in the day where he would just rotate through Fire Emblem characters, right? And so after beating him, we get the Flygon 10-game series. I don't know what happened in this series. I honestly, like, I blacked out. I don't know what happened.
All I remember was the end. That one.
All I know is the end.
He was already dead, and you went and spiked.
Dude, yeah, he was already dead. He up B'd and was too low, and then I ran off stage and down aired anyways, just for like.
It's nuts.
Yeah, and he didn't. I think he could have got back because he was kind of low. He wasn't like super high percent. I'm pretty sure he could have got back. But either way, like. I hit him with that, and then afterwards I just like turn to him and I just shake his hand, and I'm just like, Jesus, what time is it? And I look at the clock and it's 3 a.m.
I think the craziest part is that they all had to drive to, I think, Evo or Genesis, one of those two, the next day, and I think right before your set, Little Wolf, who would like just come with his slow friends just for support. He couldn't enter because obviously he was a PR player. So he needed to sleep.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay. He's like, as long as this set doesn't go to game 10.
Whoops.
We'll be like,
Whoops.
It's like a dark timeline. It's like not only did it go to game 10, like the slow player didn't win. Also, an interesting thing, like it was very like iffy whether or not Flygon should have been able to enter the Arcadian.
Yeah, because he was PR technically. He was number 10 if J-Tails was number 0.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the thing is, I just let it slide because I was like, it's I just didn't like just not letting people enter it. And I thought he was like on the border.
Yeah. So same deal with like Pants, right? Pants was like number 7, and Louis B were like 6 and 7 on SMPR.
Yeah, I think I remember like someone saying like, oh yeah, we're sleeping on Pants and Louis B. We shouldn't have let him enter the tournament.
Yeah, I think that was Jazzy.
Yeah,
I think that was Jazzy actually.
I mean, no shade to them, but I mean, there were just so many people that came out that odds are you're gonna lose to someone.
Yeah, definitely.
Like it was kind of a mess.
We talk about Bacchus getting out of his pool and then going 0-2.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of Bacchus, we should go look at that old bracket with.
This guy right here.
Where Bacchus got 7.
This is, for the context, this is the first UCSB Smash 4 tournament. So Zobak, who is apparently SoCal.
Yeah, he was a UCLA student.
Yeah, number 1 seed. Herp, number 9 seed. Peon, number 8. Look at how far we've come.
I was 34.
Yeah, you were number 34. You played Hero of Wind, aka Small Fry.
Yeah, I played Cody.
Yeah.
He was 31. That was.
Love was the 7 seed? Holy crap. Wow. But yeah, Bacchus beats Null round 1, loses to Wildcat. And then Bacchus beats Cody, Unknown, who he beat, Null and Unknown for some reason to me were the same thing. And I was like, oh, and then he gets his run back.
That's fair.
Yeah, he beats Unknown, and then beats Perp, and then gets 5th. And then he beats Criminally Insane Kyle, aka KRC Dub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he gets 5th.
And then he gets 5th, losing to Eyeball. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then Tails right here, seeded 4th, gets 4th place. Eyeball, seeded 3rd, gets 3rd. Bugsy, after a bracket reset, still gets 2nd. After 15 games. A 15-game first tournament grand finals kind of thing, you know? That's crazy.
This was a great tournament. I remember it very well. I mean, there were just a lot of just this tournament was like the definition of SB Legends.
Yeah.
Save Super Sega probably.
Yeah. Super Sega didn't arrive until a little bit later.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this guy right here. I think well, you can already tell just by looking at that. Mm-hmm. But
this was my first meeting with him in bracket, I believe. Yeah,
so you played Cosmic and beat them.
So Cosmic is actually Mr. Jones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he changed his name from Cosmic to Mr. Jones, and I hope he's doing all right.
Yeah, Mr. Jones, we miss you.
Haven't seen him in a while.
We need some Zard in the scene. Ant is
Yeah.
not cutting it. So, so you lost to Super Sega.
Yeah.
You were the 7th seed.
Yeah, I started climbing because I started playing Kevin a lot. In fact, I didn't really touch on it, but Kevin was kind of the reason that I kept coming back. Super friendly dude. Just was very supportive of everyone. Like he just play with you no matter what. Like he was obviously better than like everyone.
Yeah.
He was very obviously. I mean, I think him and Leaf were pretty close, but like no matter how like I think I played with him one day and I think I went like 30 or 40 friendlies without taking a game off of him.
Yeah.
And he didn't seem to mind. He just liked playing the game with people, and that really like stood out to me in such a big way, and that like kind of really carried forward because it kind of told me it kind of rid me of this mentality of like just because someone is worse than you doesn't mean you shouldn't like play with them or like and it's like now all the thing is like when I was climbing I didn't really see that, but now like now that I've known like how it is to feel like as someone who's like around like the higher like skill levels in the scene, it's like I really care more about giving back to the community and like developing everything, like developing like all players as a whole.
Yeah, definitely. I think what's cool about this bracket is that Bugsy beat Super Sega in winners, and Super Sega got the quick run back. I think that's pretty sick. And Eyeball brought Super Sega to Game 5 as well.
Eyeball, I think he was the only one. He was the only one other than Super Sega to beat Bugsy during the season.
Hyros.
That was the season after.
Oh, was it? Okay. Yeah. I was really hoping it was that season.
No. Cyrus beat. That was kind of a crazy bracket. Do we have that bracket?
Which one?
The Cyrus being Bugsy.
Oh, I don't know. I can find it though.
Yeah, I mean we can look at that later, but yeah, I mean like we've kind of come a long way, and why don't you just kind of get into like some of the things like your transition from a player into this, this really like awesome role as like founder of Gold Coast Esports.
Yeah, definitely.
And like just tell us like, okay, so you won the Arcadian, you felt really awesome about it. That was like that was I think you told me many times that was like that kind of like cemented like it in your mind. You were like, okay, this is something that I really enjoyed.
that was my moment pretty much.
Yeah.
And I kind of realized afterwards that it was something that I really enjoyed doing. And as I just continued to enter tournaments, like what mattered to me more than winning was just like general improvement of the scene and making sure that like, you know, we were getting better, not necessarily in our play even, but just as going to tournaments, running tournaments, having fun.
Yeah.
Really. I think what basically sparked the whole thing for Gold Coast Esports was I went to, I think it was MSM. Maybe it was Nairo Saga. It might have been Nairo Saga.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, I went to Esports Arena and I talked to Bam for like, I don't know, half an hour. Just about like, how do I improve my scene? Like, what can I do to like help us get exposure? And really it was like research that I was going to kind of bring to you guys and to present you guys with. And then as I like kept talking with him, he's basically the one who got me to found Gold Coast Esports. Not directly by saying like you need to start an organization, but like by saying these are the things that you need to have in order to have a scene that's going to continue to grow and be successful.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah. And then I got talking with Cody about it, and we were like, okay, we want to do all these things. And then I was like, yeah, but we really need an org to do that. So like, let's put that to the wayside. And then eventually I was just like, why don't we just start an org? Like, why don't we just start an org and then we can just do this instead of talking about how it'd be so great if we had an org that was like big and doing stuff. So eventually I just was like, you know what, we gotta do it. It's happening. And so after UCSB Summer Smash 2 or something like that, we were just like, we gotta do it.
Yeah, and you've always, like you've said to me before, you've always been an entrepreneur yourself.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad's in the room, so this is gonna be a little bit embarrassing, but what's really funny is that even as like a kid, what I would do is I would go into the office and I would ask all of my dad's employees if they had any spare office supplies, and I would take everything that they gave me and then take a representative from each thing they gave me, put it in a photocopier, make a little magazine, and then put like little prices next to them, and then I would sell the office like workers back the office supplies that they could get from a supply cabinet. But they would just give me money just because I was this stupid kid trying to sell them office supplies. They're like, oh yeah, I'll give you 50 cents for those bunch of paper clips. Like, and so it's just always been something that I'd like to do, is just to like start businesses and run businesses and stuff like that. Either now it's at a much greater scale than I've ever done, obviously. But even from the beginning, I've always just wanted to kind of start and run something.
Yeah, it really shows. I mean, it's Gold Coast Esports is starting to blossom into something really cool. You're reaching about 300 followers on your Twitch channel. Your Twitter's kind of your Twitter's exploding.
Twitter's getting there, yeah.
So I think the natural question to ask is, what's your path forward? And where do you see I mean, obviously this sounds like an interview question, but
no, it's fine.
But where do you see yourself where do you see the scene and yourself in like a year and a half, 2 years?
In like a year and a half, 2 years, I hope that we've gotten to the point where we kind of have this mobile stream setup that we can bring from tournament to tournament. And so, if PTSD happens, we can just take everything, bring it there, drop it, and then just run a really quality tournament with a great stream. And then we can take that back over to UCSB for the LAN and then do the same thing. And then if SM ever has a tournament again, plop it right there, do the same thing. So we really just want to create this system where we can consistently have great streams, great quality tournaments. Eventually, I mean, on December 8th, you guys, it's going to be the first Gold Coast Esports TO'd and run tournament. So that one is like a big milestone for us, because so far it's just been, oh, we'll stream this for you, we'll stream this for you. This is going to be the first one that we get to do ourselves, and we're only going to grow from there. And so like in a year and a half, 2 years, I see us hopefully continuing this with this venue that we've just gotten. I want to grow a little bit more as far as the quality of the stream goes. Everything is kind of static, as you can see. Right now, everything is pretty static. So eventually, it's just going to be higher quality, more animation and stuff like that. And then, really, the big thing for me is creating a series of tournaments, or like not a series of tournaments that are like connected in any way, but just creating tournaments that people have more fun at. Like right now, tournaments are incredibly competitive, and it's great that they are, but we don't really have too many side events. Side events are like they have their own day most of the time. It's kind of like the side event is when you go hang out after the tournament or something like that.
I totally agree.
There's no side events at any of our tournaments, and so that's something that I want to bring. And we're seeing it with Central Coast Legends and the 3v3 stuff.
Yeah.
And I want to expand that further than just, oh, we're gonna do a 3v3 bracket, but really have there be more thematic kind of side events that we can bring.
It's actually not completely unprecedented. IV Vapor was actually like that's kind of where a lot of this where we had the ability to run a lot of side events, and that's where we ran a lot of the Nemesis the Nemesis bracket there. We ran doubles like pretty consistently. We had the low tier tournament.
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun. And yeah, we did do some things, but we never got to do 3v3, which is coming up in Legends. And I believe Cody does bring up a good point that Legends may well be the first.
Yeah,
but it's not.
Yeah,
but,
that's a good point.
But it's like,
so Legends is the first GCE ran and TO'd tournament. The reason why I said that the 8th is the first is because it kind of feels like it's more of our own. Just because it's in my backyard essentially, and I put in the work to like really get the venue to make it happen and stuff like that. Sure. And so it feels more like an inaugural tournament than Legends does, even though Legends in its own right is going to be awesome and is this huge thing. I think the reason that I might have pushed Legends off to the wayside a little bit is I think there's going to be a lot less SB representation there, which is fair. And I don't know, it's a weird situation. So Legends definitely first GCE ran into Yod tournament.
It's gonna be a big one.
Yes, slow.
It's gonna be great.
Slow is helping with the venue, and then the 8th is kind of like the first Legends is like our baby steps, right? And then on the 8th is like our first big stride that we're taking, because this is a venue that we're gonna be able to have a tournament in every single month that we and more if we wanted to, but I don't think it's gonna be lucrative for them or us to have more than a monthly tournament from there.
Yeah, I mean, if Legends is your baby steps, then I feel like we're on a really good track.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Do we want to do Q&A?
I just have one more question for you.
Yeah.
So, along the lines of where you see yourself in the future, when do you see yourself Gold Coast Esports kind of transitioning into other titles? And
that's a really good question.
And where do you what steps do you think are necessary for this to happen?
Yeah. So, as far as transitioning to other titles goes, it's going to be hard because Smash players like to just play Smash. And I think to a degree that's true, right? But there are a lot of people in the Smash community that play random games like PUBG and League and stuff like that. I would love for GCE to kind of transition as soon as Smash is like, the moment that I'm happy or content with the way that Smash is going, and I can say, okay, all we need to do is do this, because right now we would have to change a lot in order to accommodate for another title, right? Unless it's like Street Fighter or something like that. The only issue is that there's not really a scene for that. That's where our biggest issue is that there's not a scene for a lot of this stuff, and that's where I'm gonna try to like kind of get involved with Gaucho Gaming to get the connections there. Definitely. I think Pet Pika has a whole bunch of connections and Slow with that, so I'm going to talk to him.
I can definitely help out with that.
Yeah.
I was actually just talking to William, the president of Gaucho Gaming right now. I should get you in contact with him. One last thing. I feel like just kind of responding to that. I feel like it's not in some ways the fact that the scenes aren't there isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Oh no.
But in some ways it represents a market.
Yeah.
It represents something that you could create. It represents something that's like fresh soil for Gold Coast Esports to kind of centralize gaming for Santa Barbara. And it's kind of crazy that if you could see that there's not really that many tournaments outside of UCSB. I mean, until Same very recently, the scene was at UCSB.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can help kind of like guide that and kind of provide access for a lot of these other scenes that are probably there, but people are just kind of in the in the woodworks. And
that's the thing is it's like City College is a really big market for video games, but nobody from City College really show. I mean, you can count the number of City College people that attend our tournaments on probably two hands, and so that in itself is kind of a shame in a way. And I think holding tournaments downtown obviously going to be much more helpful to that. On top of that, Ventura is kind of just entering our scene, and holding tournaments downtown is really, really helpful for them because it's another 20 minutes ish that they don't have to drive. And so it's really awesome to have our tournaments start spreading a little bit, and not just be as centralized as they were. Yeah,
I think that would probably be a good place to wrap up. If you wanted to open it up to
sure, Q&A. We can do some Q&A. If you guys have any questions, please just ask in the chat. We are reading the chat, so just give anything that you want to ask. Go ahead. Jazara asked, "Is the spot that we got for the 8th big?" It's pretty big. It's a pretty decent sized space. It's also outside as well, so we could take advantage of that too. But the stream area and that stuff, it's like the size of, I want to say like 3 times the size of Same, because Same is really small, right? It's like 3 times that space inside, and then we have outside as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. There's also a whole bunch of other space in the area as well that we might be able to use. but I'm not too sure on what that is. I haven't talked out the specifics on how we're gonna really lay everything out, but we'll get there. We'll get there at some point.
Tux is interested in Guilty Gear. I would actually be really interested in holding a Guilty Gear tournament. I've actually recently just started getting into it.
Have you? I've never played it.
It's a really crazy game. Like, it's the wrong, in my opinion, it was the wrong game to go from Smash to a fighting game. I should have just gone to Street Fighter, but I kind of just took the plunge.
Yeah, I watched Guilty Gear at EVO.
It's crazy. Like, there's so many, there's so many like cool things to learn about it. There's like a billion different texts. Like, it honestly makes like, it's like the Melee of like fighting games. It's like it's ridiculous. Yeah,
that's funny. Yeah, I watched Guilty Gear at EVO, and really, really awesome. And BlazBlue as well was another really cool one.
Yeah.
I think one of the guys that we were rooming with in the hotel got like 5th at EVO and BlazBlue or something like that. And
that's nuts, dude.
And he like he played Smash 4 too. I don't think he made it out of his pool, but
sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I think a really if we could just do like a quick sum up for everyone that recently joined.
Yeah, sure. So we just kind of talked about the history of the scene, how we got to where we're at, and then what our personal experiences were entering the scene, and then a little bit about Gold Coast Esports, what the future is for that, and that's about it.
We went over some old brackets, kind of just like reminiscing. Showing like who were like the main attendees back then.
We didn't talk about my recent setback as far as my chest issue goes. By the way, I actually, so I recently had a chest problem where I kind of like, can't take this seriously. My plan was to try to be stone faced and just talk and like pull out these x-rays and talk about this, but it's just too funny. I can't take it seriously. But yeah,
funny is an interesting way to put it.
Yeah, funny definitely a way to put it. So yeah, I had this recent setback where I had this chest issue, and then I kind of stopped playing Smash for a little bit, and then after that happened, I kind of lost my way with where I wanted to take, not as a TO or as the founder of Gold Coast Esports, but as a player, how I wanted to continue into the future. Now I picked up Bowser and I'm having a great time. But yeah, it was just a weird situation with the chess thing. I don't know why. I just thought it would be a funny gag to do that.
I mean, it's kind of interesting though to just think about all like the ways that like Smash is so like intrinsically tied to our personal lives, that like something that setbacks outside of the game like significantly impact in. I mean, not to like take this from your. I know.
No, you're good.
You have like a really like.
It's true. No,
you have like a really like positive, like really like strangely like happy mentality about this, which is really commendable. But it's like it's crazy how much these things affect like our lives. Because I know like tournaments where like I've actually like wish that they weren't so intertwined, because I'd have these personal issues going on, and I just wouldn't be able to focus at all. Like I stopped caring about the game.
Exactly. Like like really good examples of this are like Wizard recently, Kobe, Bugsy. Bugsy wants to compete so bad, he just can't make it up to tournaments. So real life gets in the way sometimes, and I hate to say real life because I'm trying to make this my job.
Yeah,
right?
This is
my real life. Yeah. And so, but things happen. You have to adjust.
Yeah.
And some people adjust well. Some people just need to kind of like reset.
I think it's all about building a really strong community in-group mentality and understanding that how much a positive mentality when in terms of player development, how important that is to progressing a scene. Just because like the scene doesn't progress from people who are really, really negative and who exude a lot of negative energy from losing and from not improving at the rate that they want to.
Absolutely.
It improves from people who channel that in very positive ways.
Yeah.
And who use their skills outside of Smash to kind of really push the community forward. And that's like one of the biggest things that have, in my opinion, that's one of the biggest things that has made us really successful.
Tell me about Soul Calibur, Abby.
Soul Calibur. I mean,
Soul Calibur 2 in particular.
Isaiah was playing Soul Calibur 2 with Liam yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
It looked pretty jank. I never I never got into it. Oh yeah, dude, we should talk about how Tail raged against me.
Whoa, I don't know this story.
And he's exaggerating a little, but it's like the funniest story. So I think Sheik just recently got patched. I won a tournament not playing Sheik because I was like, okay, I'm done with Sheik because I thought it's because like she got patched, it's over. And then I go back to her because she was always the character that I just really identified with, and like that sounds a little weird, but like but I guess it
is what it is.
Yeah, and then and then I played Tail, right?
Yeah. And
I down throw up air him on the top platform of Battlefield. And the thing is, it's still true at low percents, at like lower percents, but it killed him
because he was top.
Yeah, because it killed him at the top platform, and what happened was he got so mad that it killed because the Sheik just got patched. It wasn't supposed to work. He made us quit the game and made us check the patch number.
Tail, that's not okay.
Because this is the wrong patch.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it was absolutely hilarious. I think Tail has definitely been one of the people in the community with like so much emotion and such like a lively like he brings so much like character diversity outside of the game, like in terms of like personality diversity. I love that about our community.
Yeah, we have so many interesting characters.
Yeah.
Hey Tail, I know you're not like that. I'm kidding, Tail. I'm just giving you crap. Cool, yeah. So, are there any games in particular that you want to see other than Guilty Gear?
I mean, definitely getting the easiest path, like if we're like the path of least resistance, seems to be other fighting games.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we're set up for, right?
I mean, I think simple stuff like there's really simple stuff like Hearthstone, like
that too.
League is harder because that's 5v5.
Mm-hmm.
That's always going to be like. It's always going to be harder to get integrated into the scene. It's
also difficult as far as PC games go, just because are you going to do it? Yeah. You can't do League tournaments online. I don't think you have to go. It has to be Riot officiated, right? Is that correct?
You can. It's actually pretty easy to set up.
Okay.
It's not.
We can talk about it more later.
Yeah. It's not that. It's not.
Yeah. In general, if you're going to do a LAN with PCs, it's a little bit more complicated.
It's usually very doable though, but we can get into the logistics later.
Yeah.
Thoughts on competing again at the SRB for the first time in a while? Did we miss any questions up there?
I don't think so.
I want to. Oh, I think Jesse said top 10 personalities.
Top 10 upsets.
Manny.
Something about me having a. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that part.
Okay, yeah. I guess I'll just talk about. I mean, it's interesting. I was kind of scared about. You know how there's like the natural thing, you've been gone for so long, like.
Yeah.
I was kind of scared about coming back, but because like people would think like you're washed, like that's like the biggest like thing. It's like you don't want people to think you're washed, and
that's the Danielson effect.
And the thing is, like, I really like for a while I really resented the word like washed, because it's like it's such like an insult to all the people who like practice so much over the summer.
Yeah.
It's not that I would be washed. It's that everyone else is good.
Yeah. No, that's a good way.
Right. Everyone else got better. Like that's why I don't really like calling people washed. But I mean, I
think it's overused in general.
Yeah. It's kind of it is a little overused. I mean, I did all right. I lost to Tail.
Yeah.
Which was interesting. I mean, I've always felt like Tail had the potential to beat me.
Tail's gotten so much better.
He's gotten better, but when I played him in bracket, it felt very much like old times, except it felt like for once it just dropped in his favor instead of mine.
Yeah. I
felt like I definitely got lucky a lot of times in the past. This was the first time he beat me, and I feel like
me and you are the same way.
Yeah. And then
I'm not gonna Bowser though.
And then, but now I'm never. I have a new character now, so I don't think I'll lose.
Yeah, Abby's new character is actually sick. But thoughts on competing again at the SRB?
Yeah. So and that was I had a lot of fun. It was a great tournament. I played Tad. That was a good set. I played Inflammatory. He always beats me, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes with the new character. Let's see. Hot take. I hate the term free. It's so BM. Yeah, I mean it's supposed to be BM.
Yeah,
right?
that's the point. Ted's free.
Yeah. But I mean it's if you call someone free seriously, yeah, it's like it's a little. I think the only person like you can really call free is Ted.
Yeah, he's really the only. I call
because
Ted,
he like
Ted
he
and
knows,
Ted and Patty are the only.
Yeah, I mean
people
they
call free.
like they know in like.
Actually, I call it Bugsy free because
Oh,
me and him have like a back and forth where we just talk mess to each other, and we've never played in bracket. I honestly hope we don't because it's really funny. Because the moment that one of us wins, it's gonna be like a can't say anything anymore.
Yeah, you know I've never lost to Kosti.
Damn.
I've never.
Ant lost to him for the first time at Net.
I've never played him.
Oh, me either. I haven't lost to him either.
Yeah.
Top 10 upsets.
Top 10 upsets. I mean, there's been a lot of like crazy upsets. We should touch on that next podcast.
Yeah.
Maybe like look at.
I want to say one of them really quick. Oat versus Super Sega at Tech Chase.
Oh, dude, I think that actually might be one of this in top 3 in all time.
Yeah.
Central Coast.
And then probably Wizard over Kobe at PTSD 2 or something like that, where he got second place.
Oh, that's
after he reset the bracket over Not Last. I guess that's technically. I guess Not Last is the more dramatic win.
An interesting. I mean, I don't know if you'd consider an upset, but Side B over Vermilion.
Oh yeah, that happened.
That was not only did he beat a character. I mean, he didn't play Villager against Vermilion. I think he beat Vermilion with his P, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, to be honest.
Kairos over Bugsy is another big one.
Yeah, that's top 3. I mean, that's pretty crazy.
Orion over Slep at Nut.
Funny enough, so Jaren says he beat Side B at his first SB tournament.
Huh.
So I remember that tournament.
You do? Which one was that?
It's because when Jaren beat Side B, I had to play Side B and lose his bracket. And I also beat Side B that
let's go, baby.
And it's like, and we knocked Side B out at like 13th.
Wow.
Yeah, and which was absolutely crazy. Like it was. I think that's like one of like the lowest like that like he's ever placed. Like it was actually really crazy. That was at the
Jeez.
That was at an IV Vapor tournament.
Chibi over Patty.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else we missed here?
I was kind of mad at my new character.
Yeah. It's so good, Isaiah. It fits him well. Oh yeah, Manny over Eldon, that one mum.
I think it's definitely like a very solid upset, but I think Manny's just a really good player.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think that's really good. I think
it's definitely really good.
Yeah. There was one other thing.
Can we talk about Isaiah over Kosti?
I think at the spring LAN.
Yeah,
when you reset the bracket.
So Isaiah reset the bracket.
Yeah.
Was that game 10 or game 9?
I think it was game 10.
That was one of the. Yeah. That was
Isaiah.
Definitely
you consistently go game 10 at LANs.
He actually didn't go game 10 against me.
No.
No, I 3-0'd in the first set. And
that's right.
I came from losers.
Yeah,
I 3-0'd him, and then the second set was 3-2.
Yeah. Gazzy, you over Kosi? I don't know what tournament that was at, or
that was a pretty solid upset.
I wasn't around for that.
I forgot when that was too. Me over Jazara. That's actually a pretty big one. When Matan beat Jazara.
Oh, true.
Over Summer.
Yeah. Me over Side B every time I play him.
Small fry over AV at Jack's house tournament.
True,
dude.
True.
Yeah. That was. Yeah, Cody played really well. I think he did some like ridiculous suicide dare spike.
Yeah.
One of the times it worked.
There's got to be something. Hold up.
I don't know how many times I've really upset anyone. I don't think I've ever.
Well, you get seated high, so it doesn't really count.
Well, the thing is, like, I kind of just like gradually like made my way like up to the top. So it was never over like any like one massive upset. Like I've always just like, I don't think I've ever like played someone and it's been like, I mean, other than like me playing Side B because I've beat him like I've only played him twice and I beat him both times. I would consider both of those upsets.
Yeah.
I don't think It's really funny. Like when I think about it, it's like I don't know,
Yeah.
I've never really upset anyone, because it's kind of crazy.
I guess I have, because I mean, winning the Arcadian, you have to upset somebody, right?
Oh,
I beat
that was ridiculous. You
Yeah.
you upset like a bunch of people. Like
I beat
Yeah.
There was a tournament in the last spring season where I beat Peon. I think that was my like big win that season.
Top 10 improved players over time. Cody would jump up straight on that
Yeah,
list.
Cody.
Let's see. So people who've improved over time. I'd say Dane.
Yo, wait, Inflammatory over Ant and you.
Oh yeah, dude, that was sick. Yeah, Inflammatory's run that day was absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
I still won't forgive him for like during the set when I was like kneeling him. He said out loud to me, "Yo, are you gonna do that the entire match?" It was like so BM. It was so BM.
Damn.
And I was actually kind of mad about that. But
Jeez.
But yeah, I mad respect to him. He played really well that day.
Yeah, he was on fire.
Yeah. I feel like Inflammatory hasn't really improved because he's been really good, like always.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Dude, he was so consistent last season.
Got 17th every tournament.
17th. Small fry over Ant.
Small fry over Ant at Slep's house tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was definitely a massive one. Let's see who else has improved a lot. Dane. I think Dane.
Yeah, Dane.
I'd have to put Dane up there, even though he's
definitely
been
most improved recently.
Even though he's been
Cody and Dane are like neck and neck for most improved.
Cody and Dane have improved a lot. Yeah. I've kind of
Envy, I guess now.
Nor, yeah.
Yeah, Envy is crazy. Ant's gotten a lot better too.
Yeah, but obviously when you're at the top, it's like harder.
Yeah, it's harder to gauge.
It's harder to see. Like it's really easy to see someone if their bracket results have dramatically changed. I don't know if I'd put Ted in most improved, but he'd be like
he's there. He's working.
He'd be in there. We just really got to see him. We just really got to see him. Like just, I feel like there's some barrier that's in front of him. And he just has to break it open, and I think he's gonna have like a breakout performance pretty soon.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Jazzy used to be 0-8 versus Poop. The boy has made it. He made it. Jazzy, my opinion, you have the potential to be like top 3 Senko's free.
Oh yeah,
I
mean he's currently there actually.
I think just because of the recent mums and stuff. Yeah.
I mean, so I don't know if you guys know this. This would be a good time to talk about actually the way that we're kind of doing the PR in the background.
Yeah.
I mean, so just kind of throwing it out there. It's actually an algorithm now where you get like points based off of your placements and your wins and you lose points based off of your losses.
Yeah, I think I'm in the negative right now.
And it'll average, and the way it averages out, it looks pretty good. There's a lot of places for like trimming it down.
There's some places where we're gonna tweak.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking at it pretty closely. We're not gonna release it without us being really confident in the list that it produces.
Yeah. Nachos, actually, her improvement has been crazy.
Nachos is interesting.
Yeah. It's not consistent, but like her highs are much higher than these.
Her highs are way higher. I completely agree.
She's beaten Ant like twice now, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jazara, he is right now. He is top 3 in Central Coast. I think he just has such a ridiculous like work ethic.
Yeah.
Like it's really respectable. I'm someone who just really,
the boy's on the grind.
I just respect people with like a really solid work ethic, and he's put a lot of good work into this game.
Yeah, Lizzie's gotten a lot better.
Lizzie's gotten a lot better. Yeah, her corn, she beat Paul up.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, she has a really solid corn now. Yeah.
Cool. All right, I think we're gonna call it.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you want to support the scene and support SB, etc., and Central Coast as a whole, and Gold Coast Esports, as we are, continuing to try to strive to improve everything in our entire region, please consider subbing. Drop a follow if you haven't, and hit up the Twitter. Definitely hit up the Twitter. Trying to have the Twitter blow up. Trying to have Twitter blow up. Trying to get 100 followers. We get 100 followers, I'll do some kind of giveaway. I don't know what it is yet, but I'll do some kind of giveaway.
Date with SLEP.
Cool.
I'll
take you out to.
Yeah, ask your girlfriends.
She doesn't have to know. No,
date with #1 attractiveness PR.
It's a worthy. It's worth that. There's a value attached to that.
Mm-hmm.
No, we'll do something. And on top of that, thank you guys so much for watching. All the support that you guys bring really like validates. Inflammatory, please. Everything that like you guys do to support me, like it really makes me feel great because it lets me know that I'm doing a good job. And if I'm ever doing something that you guys are like either think that I can improve or that you're not okay with me running a tournament that's this way and I did the seeding for this stupidly, like obviously that shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
But if there's any issues with GCE, please let me know. I want to just keep improving, and I'm going to keep doing the things I'm doing if you guys are happy with it, and if you're not happy with it, let me know so that I can change it.
I think you've done a really, really great job. You and Cody.
Yeah, Cody's put in so much work too.
In kind of transforming this into a really cool thing, and I'm really excited to kind of start to become like a bigger part of it in terms of content creation.
Yeah, definitely.
And,
so if as far as the future for the Goldcast goes, eventually this will be hopefully lit better. I don't know if we'll stay on the casting couch here, but we're definitely going to be in some kind of informal format like this in the future.
Lighting's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. I want to get like a kit, I want to get like a softbox. It's a bit abrasive as of now. I'm basically being blinded on two sides.
That's true.
Yeah. Shout outs to Jaren. Yeah, thank you, Rim. Shout outs to Jaren for making all this awesome stuff. The logo right down here, which Jaren made. It's so good. It's so good.
Jaren is sick.
Yeah, I couldn't ask for anything better.
He's just it's sick, yeah.
Yeah. Next time that you guys tune in, we'll be wearing headsets with little microphones.
Yeah.
I have the audio interface.
Yeah.
Obviously, can't test it out until Nachos and Lizzie get back from MK Leo Saga. Shoutouts to them. Hope they're doing well. Yeah, I think that's about it. If you guys are going to Kairos' place, we will be there. So we'll see you there at that informal event. Yeah. That's about it. Anything you want to say? Sign off? I just want to announce really quick. Abby's going to be like kind of creating content for us as far as, well, aside from the Goldcast, Abby's going to be potentially like writing some stuff up, kind of like esports articles about the scene.
Yeah.
And if you are a kind of person who wants to do that as well, please let me know, let Abby know. We want people like that. Eventually there will be a platform for that to be on, as like a Gold Coast website.
Right. I kind of want to, I do want to kind of create some writing content. Yeah. But my eventual goal is to kind of be a kind of like editor and someone who helps other people create content for the site. So if you're interested in writing, if you're interested in any type of if you have any journalism skills, or if you like photography, I think we can
always
use
down
photos,
always down for photographers, unless it's Louis B. I have a pretty decent camera. I just never have the chance to use it myself.
Yeah.
My girlfriend is in film, so eventually I'm going to be forcing her to come to tournaments to take pictures for us. Yeah, we've made big strides to up the quality, and I think we've done a really good job of doing so.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad. I'm really happy with all the support that we've gotten. I don't know how many subs we're at, but I think it's around 5, something like that at this point. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to be tuning out now. I'm going to drop the upcoming screen here. But yeah, please attend PTSD on the 11th, PTSD 11, as well as Central Coast Legends the week after on the 18th. And then the day afterwards is also the Fall LAN.
Oh, and
UCSB.
Tomorrow, Shoreline.
Shoreline tomorrow,
Shoreline.
if you're not already going. Shoreline will not be streamed, unfortunately. I just, I'm having a hard time with thinking how the CC Wi-Fi is going to work out with that.
No worries.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We have doubles and singles. So,
yeah, cool. If you guys have any other questions, please just DM them to me or something like that. Always happy to answer anything. Yep. So yeah, we'll see you guys next time. The next Gold Cast will probably be I don't know, probably December.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. As long if we have, maybe we should make it kind of a regular thing. Maybe bi-weekly, maybe tri-weekly.
Maybe let's do it after Legends.
That sounds like a good place to kind of reconvene and look at the scene again.
Yeah, let's do it sometime the week after Legends.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that's.
Then we can talk about what we did well at Legends, what we didn't do well, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. All right. So at some point, we'll make an announcement for it, obviously. But at some point after Legends is when the next Gold Cast will be, headsets and all. Thank you guys for tuning in. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and have a great night.